Welcome back to the episode.
It's cool. Welcome back to what's fappening.
Yeah,
Little
that's good.
delay, little baby delay.
What was that?
It's a little baby delay.
Bit of a baby delay.
Hell yeah.
Nathan, you are now a father.
Yes, officially.
How does it feel? Oh, I'm talking too close.
No, it's good. She's good. Everyone's happy. She's been
Healthy?
alright. Healthy, yes. Healthy, happy, chirpy. It's good.
Awesome. Harper.
Harper. Harper Valerie O'Connell.
Mm. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So how was the whole experience?
I like the birthing experience.
Yeah, like set me up. Like, what happened? How'd you get to the hospital?
So she had like her first contraction at 1:30 at night or AM, 1:30 AM.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, then I woke up around 3:30, so she was kind of like just chilling. And then like they kind of got a bit closer and a bit more intense, I guess,
yeah.
towards throughout like the morning. We
Hmm.
called our midwife probably about 7 a.m. And
Yeah,
then she's like, "Oh, look, like you're doing good." She came over and like checked everything and stuff like that, and everything was all good. And then she's like, "Oh, look, I would recommend just staying home, so like you don't go into the hospital and then they send you home, kind of thing."
yeah.
So they we stayed at home till about 11ish, 11:30. So we got to the
Mhm.
hospital at 12. No speeding tickets.
No
Ooh.
seating tickets.
Nah,
Didn't
she was
speed.
she was good. She did alright.
She drove. No,
No, I drove. Yeah,
I was joking. She's just like,
yeah.
ah.
Just like, each contraction just like runs red. Nah, we got to the hospital about 12, and then kind of like set up in the room. She put all
Midday
like
12.
yeah, middle of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Put some like set up like with the drip and like all of the hospital stuff.
Mm.
Doing like checks, and then it was
How's your
probably
anxiety at this point?
not too bad. Like
Yeah,
fairly good. And
yeah.
then like the contractions started getting a bit like worse. So she and like the only thing that was helping her even through the morning was just sitting in, well, not sitting, but like being in the shower with the like the water, like hot water on her back kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we were in the shower in the hospital because we have like this big suite. It's like you got like the bed. So you walk in, you got the bed on your right, a shower,
Mm.
and then like
Hmm.
outside the shower there's like a big spa bath kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So like we were just in the shower for like a while. Ellie's sister Abby came because Ellie was allowed one more person to help, like one more supportive person. So her
Yeah,
sister came, which was like thank God, because it would have been just me.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and then like in
yeah.
the shower, like the contractions started getting worse and like worse to the point of like we thought like this was it. Like this is like her kind of like pushing as much, like because it's like hurting that much. Like it sounds like she's kind of pushing, but she wasn't. It was just like the contraction,
Yeah.
and then and she was like at this point like screaming, "Make it stop!"
Yeah, fuck,
And that was
fuck.
when it kind of hit me a little bit. Like, fuck, this is it. Like,
Yeah,
fuck. And then she was like, make it stop. And then she was like, nah, like, fuck this, give me the epidural. So
Oh,
that's like
true.
the needle in the spine,
Oh, yeah.
which basically numbs you, or you
Below
can't
the
feel anything
waist.
from like, yeah, from like kind of where your boobs are down.
Ugh.
So they had to set up that. So that took a while for like the surgeon to kind of come in and set it up and stuff like that, and then like perform that
Dr.
little
Death?
thing.
Are you thinking Dr. Death at this point?
Look, the whole point, the whole time, yes, I was looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, he looks pretty reliable, but I mean, so did Doctor Death, right?
Yeah. Joshua Jackson.
Ugh. But yeah, legit. So we, she gets the epidural, and they do like essentially, it's like a slow drip, essentially, like a pain relief. You have a little button and it can kind of release more.
Yeah.
And then about half an hour after that, she's kind of relaxed and feel like calmed down now, which
Mm.
was good. And then they, so we like had a bit of time to kind of just chill and relax. So Ellie's sister went and got some like lunch, or like
Yeah.
afternoon lunch. Had some Nando's, little cheeky Nando's.
You did? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was good. And then got to about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then she was like doing her checks. At this point, I think it's about, she was about 4, 5 to 6 centimeters dilated, and then so like had to wait a bit longer. Essentially, she's still having contractions, but because she has the epidural, she doesn't feel like, you can feel like a twinge, but it's not like a contraction, from what I
Yeah.
understand. So she's still having contractions, which is kind of like dilating her more and whatnot like that. So then
Mm.
we had to wait a little bit longer. I got to about maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. And they checked her again. She was about 9 centimeters dilated, and they gave her like, got her to push like for the first time,
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 pushes during the contraction.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Alright, cool. Well, we'll wait another hour. Try it again, just to like see if anything would move and happen and whatnot. Not just
Yeah.
like, not like a full on like this is it, but like just another test push, I guess."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yeah, so about 11 o'clock, or just before 11, 10:30 ish, she, they started to like, it was weird. They started to like wean her off the epidural, from what it looked like, from the sounds of it, because she started pushing, and the midwife wanted her to kind of feel a little bit of the contraction, so she knows when to push.
Hmm.
And then and then so therefore like the epidural is wearing off, and she's starting to feel more of the pain.
Oh shit.
And then so like, yeah, half an hour goes by pushing. At one point, like for a good half an hour, the midwives are just fiddling around with like one of the drips machines, and like trying to like, the window of it, something wouldn't close properly on the machine. And like it was probably important, but to us it wasn't important. Ellie's having contractions and pushing and looking at the midwives, and they're just like not even like paying attention.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing? He's
Yeah. Yeah.
pushing a baby out over here, and he's not even like, he's like, oh yeah, just keep pushing, like you're doing good, you're doing good. Like a bit oblivious, which was kind of annoying. But like,
Yeah.
it's not like the baby was fully coming out yet. It was just like those first pushes are kind of just to, I guess, open everything up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it just kind of so like for the next hour it was just like massive pushes, and then I guess like the head was you could obviously see the head and stuff like that, and then I was like sitting next to Ellie.
Yeah.
Could kind of not see everything. I wasn't really ready for that. I was like, no, I'm good. And then every time like the head would kind of like come out a bit more, the midwife would be like, "Oh Nathan, look the head, like come here," and like pull me over, and I'd be like, "Oh no, like I'm good."
Yeah.
Like I can
Have you
kind of
seen
like
have you seen Knocked Up?
yeah,
Yeah, that.
that. So
That.
um, and they got to a point where Ellie was just in so much pain, and I'm like, is this normal? Because like she's meant to have the epidural. What like it's
Yeah,
just it
yeah.
felt pretty bad, and she was like screaming, saying like it burns, my back hurts, like I can't do this anymore, stop. And at one point she like got up and went to get off the bed, and I had to like hold her back onto the bed. At this point, oh sorry, let's backtrack to like just after the epidural. So Ellie's just had the epidural put in, the old Doctor Death,
Yeah.
and then like because that was kind of just after Ellie being like, make it stop, like screaming. So like my anxiety just
Yeah. Fuck.
went to like after she'd calmed down, we got the epidural and stuff like that. I just like as well. I was glad her sister was there because I had to like kind of go to the bathroom and just vomit it up.
Uh,
So I was sick.
you oh shit. No, dude.
No,
The Nando's came
the
back up.
Nando's came straight back up. The only thing else I had eaten that day was at like 7 o'clock. I had like a piece of banana bread.
Oh no.
Been awake since 3:30. Banana bread.
Banana bread for breakfast, dude. Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. So
Oh
then gets to
no.
like yeah, it gets to the point where she's like trying to get out of bed, like I can't do this, blah blah blah. I'm like Ellie, like the only way to make it stop, the only way for this to end is to push the baby out.
You
So
start doing
like
the Rocky speech.
she's like hugging me and pushing and like I'm like holding her onto the
Oh
bed,
no.
and then they finally like the head kind of like pretty much almost comes all the way out, and they're like, oh that's it, the head's out, and Ellie's like, nah, the rest is coming out. I'm not doing it anymore. She just had like one last push, and
Yeah.
like the baby just like floats out like a fish. It's like the only way I can explain it. Hey, it's just
What?
like the head, because I was like on the side, so like couldn't see everything, but I seen like the head come out, and then like
Yeah.
the limbs and stuff just kind of just follow it and just like just like floats
Oh.
out. Yeah, so then they like kind
Oh.
of give her a little clean and then like give her straight to Ellie, and that was like the biggest sigh of relief. And then she kind of got to
Yeah.
like relax a little bit, and then well, then she basically tried to like breastfeed straight away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to push out like the placenta, which is obviously isn't as bad, but it's just like
Uh,
but yeah, that was my experience. But then like so like all that's said and done, and then like Ellie's basically just feeding her on the bed while they're like cleaning up everything, and then pretty much that kind of like whole period of her just because she fed for like nearly 2 or 3 hours, like as soon as
really?
coming out. So I like cut the cord, and then her sister went home because this was what like baby came out at 11:42,
Yep.
and then she's basically feeding from now on, like till 2 o'clock ish, 2:30. So between that time after cutting the cord and she's feeding and stuff like that, like my anxiety was just like through the roof. Hey, couldn't keep anything down, throwing up,
Oh, really?
like, and there was no like bed in there for like anybody else. There was like a gymnasium mat
Yeah.
near the spa, and like the only way to kind of calm my anxiety down was to go and like it wasn't even like a length to lie on. I had to like crawl up in a ball and just like monitor my breathing and try and calm myself down. It was fucking bad.
Fuck. Not
Yeah.
good.
And like
But
obviously
and
coming over to
everything.
Ellie every now and then to
What
like reassure her and stuff like that. Like I was fine, but it's just my anxiety was just peaking.
what was it called? Like, what was causing that? Just like you were worried about them or something.
Lack of sleep,
Just don't know.
having no food in me, like,
Yeah.
and just like everything leading up until like that point, I guess, is like it's just a massive day, and like the
Yeah.
screaming,
Fuck.
the pushing,
For
and
sure.
like the stress.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like props to her. I don't think I could go through that. Any female.
Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
He's done it. He's done
He's
it.
done
Let's
it.
play the audience. You can't hear it, but yeah.
Oh man, claps to Ellie. Hey, oh, that was
Oh,
nuts.
100%.
But
It's
yeah, we didn't.
crazy.
Yeah, we were like essentially in the program that we're in. We're meant to like basically have the birth, and they check over, and if everything's all good, we go straight home. Like that's how quick it's meant to be.
Hmm.
But because Ellie had a bit of bleeding and stuff, and she got like a not a disease, but borderline, like her it runs in her family, like von Willebrand's, which is like a bleeding disease or something. I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure on it, but so
Yeah.
because she had a little bit of bleeding, we had to stay overnight. So they then put us in it, like had to do paperwork, put us in a room. So we didn't get into our room until about 3:30, 4 a.m. And then I had this like, so Ellie was in her bed, Harper. So I like dressed Harper for the first time and
Mm.
put her to like sleep. Or like the doctors helped me like swaddle her and put her into the little bed thing.
Yeah.
And then I had this like couch. So it was like a futon couch where you just like a single futon couch that reclines. But we
Yeah.
could only recline it, so like it's like a chair. We pulled out the legs, but we couldn't figure out how to like lay the back down.
Mm.
Even the midwife and doctors didn't know how to do it. So like I had this like long chair essentially. So I was like curled up on that, like so uncomfortable.
I'll stitch
Trying to get
up.
some sleep, like anxiety still like heart racing.
Yeah.
And then we got up. Well, I kind of like got up about 8 o'clock, but I didn't really sleep. And then what was it? It was like, oh, I had a shower and stuff like that, and that helped a bit with my anxiety. And I went for a walk to like the servo so I could get out and get some fresh air, and that helped so much. Came back feeling so much better. The doctors were like determined to figure out how to lay this couch down. So they
Oh, really?
finally got it laid down, and like I had like a half an hour nap
Decent.
or something like that. And then they were gonna try and keep us again another night because of Ellie's bleeding, but they ended up being okay, and they needed the bed anyway. So We got discharged about 4 4:30, so we were home by 5 the next day. 5
Afternoon.
p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hectic.
Yeah.
Hectic. And now
Yeah.
you've all rested up.
Yeah. I've been like, she feeds every few hours, so usually once I'll try and sleep while, like, at night I'll try and sleep while Ellie's feeding, and then Ellie will sleep straight after, like, she feeds, so I can, like, Ellie can get some rest. Like, I can sleep whenever. It's when Ellie needs to sleep, so I try and, like, sneak Harper away and let Ellie just sleep it out,
Yeah, yeah.
which has been pretty good. And Harper's been really good, like, barely crying, like, literally not even crying unless she's hungry. Like, the dogs have been really good. Like, Merle was pretty intense at the beginning and still is a bit like wants to always get in there. So every noise that she makes, he's like, "Is she alright? She
Yeah.
alright?" And, like, gives her like a little lick
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But, like, he's getting better.
That's
He's so much better now. But yeah, even when the dogs are like barking at, like, the mailman or anyone that knocks on our door, the dogs bark. Harper doesn't even wake up. Like, she's pretty good.
true. True.
Just sleeps through a day. So that's good. Hopefully it stays like that.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hectic. I don't know if I can top that.
Yeah, that's a big one, hey.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's sick. Um, what else is new? When are you back at work next week? You got so you've
back
been
this week essentially on Sunday. It's just annoying because, like, yeah, less time off. Not less time off, but, like,
yeah with the baby.
yeah, essentially most companies you'd go as soon as Ellie goes into labor, then your leave basically starts then.
All right.
So, like, I get my parental leave from Centrelink, but that won't come in for another 2 weeks because you don't get doesn't get fully processed until the confirmation of birth is sent in.
All
So
right.
we
Yeah.
sent that in the day we got home, being a, and then obviously being a, like, a Saturday or whatever day it was, being a weekend, that it would have got probably processed, like, today being Monday, and then it won't go
Yeah.
through for another 2 weeks. So I'll be back at work by the time my parental leave comes in.
Yeah.
So, like, the pay for it is a bit dumb like that. But yeah,
So
it
will
is
you
what
get
it
another two
is.
weeks off then, or is that it? You won't get
No,
any more
like,
time
my
off?
leave's just till Sunday. Like, I could
Yeah.
ask for, like, um, leave without pay, but I also don't want to do that to Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Shout out Sarah.
you'll
Um,
I'll be back. No stress. But nah, I think Ellie will be good. She'll be fine. She's a trooper, and, like, it's only during the day. I said if you can't handle it, just come into work. Like,
mm,
like, it's no hassle to just pop her in the car and come into work.
yeah. Stay out the back.
See out back, be
Watch
fine.
daddy work.
But yeah, should be right. I got a question for you.
All right.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Yeah. Um.
Like the Biggie and Tupac stuff, JFK
Yeah.
being killed by his own, like, entourage essentially.
Yeah.
Tupac's
I
thing,
was.
Tupac still being alive.
The first thing that came to mind was JFK, but it's like there was like five different shooters or something at
Yeah,
once.
so I've watched a bit of like a few on YouTube videos and documentaries and stuff about it too. And it is interesting that like the two shots that they reckon came from the killer
Yeah,
in the tower or the building was like two different bullet
yeah,
types, but
yeah,
from
yeah,
that one gun. It made no sense. Um, the one that I watched was like the first shot went off, which went through
mm,
the chest or the back of like him or whatever it was
yeah,
into the car, and then as he's like slumped down, his entourage behind him is like bent down to grab like a machine gun and look up
yeah.
for. Well, this is what they say. Look up to see where the bullet came from.
Oh, yeah,
But as he's gone to get up, the driver's kind of put his foot down for the car to take off, and he's like fallen back and pulled the trigger. And that's the bullet that goes to his
uh,
head because it's a
oh,
machine
really?
gun bullet. The bullet type when it hits bone explodes, and that's why like
Yeah,
the head kind of explodes out compared to the other bullet that went through. He just went straight through.
yeah,
But they say it was like if it was obviously everything was charged to the other dude,
mm.
and they covered up the entourage. But there's also a part of it was like that was the deliberate like
All right. Yeah, true. The one I saw was like there was a guy in a drain pipe on the road, like hidden in the thing, waiting for the shot
oh
to
yeah,
come. And I'm pretty sure it was like the other guy that was on the hill as well.
the umbrella.
And then, yeah, I think so. And then another guy in a building in the window. So it was like three or five shooters. I can't remember it exactly, but yeah,
Yeah,
they say it was like the guy in the drain that actually got
the
the
headshot.
bullet hit. Yeah, the headshot. But yeah,
Boom,
I don't know.
headshot.
It sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, that one's a bit weird, a bit strange. I know there's a few podcasts and shows that talk about it. Joe Rogan talks about it a lot, and he thinks it's a shady
Oh,
cover up.
really?
Yeah, he's got a few episodes with a few different people that talk about it because he's into his conspiracy stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Joe Rogan.
Yeah. If you're listening,
What up?
what's happening? Yeah.
Um,
What about you?
I do believe Tupac's still alive. He's out in
Yeah.
Cuba, just chilling.
Yeah.
And like,
Cuba, Jamaica.
um, what was the Black Panthers like when he was like shot at and stuff like that, and he went to hospital, and then the Black Panthers family or whatever it is like got him out of
Yeah.
the country and got him to Cuba and like set him up a whole new life kind of thing.
Hectic. Wasn't it like his mum pulled this supposedly pulled the switch on him?
Yeah,
Pulled the
his
cord?
mum was like the or like a few other people I think saw him in hospital, but like towards the very end, it was like only his mum, and that's
Yeah.
where it's like,
Didn't he
I
wake
guess,
up and she was like, how are you gonna rap with one lung or whatever? And then he heard that, and then this is what I've heard. I
yeah,
don't know about it. He heard his mum say that he has one lung or whatever, and he started to freak out and like had a panic attack or whatever, and then
like
he like died after that or
went back
something.
under.
Yeah.
Fuck. Imagine how bad his mum would feel if that was
Yeah.
it.
Just
Damn.
freaks him out. But yeah, no, if he's still alive,
Yo, shout out
Tupac,
to Tupac. What's happening,
if you're
bro?
listening. I see no changes.
I wake up in the morning and I ask myself. That
Yeah.
was my question. Do you have anything?
All right. I do have a question. Um, if you could have, well, it's probably a good segue. If you had, if you could have dinner with any three people, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Ooh,
It's a hard one, eh?
Elon Musk,
Oh, yeah, nice.
because he's the goat.
Yeah.
Um, Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a big Michael Jackson fan, and
I
like,
was a big Michael Jackson fan when I was a kid.
yeah, no, I was a
Yeah.
big fan. So Elon Musk, Michael Jackson, and maybe someone a little bit more relevant in like Logan Paul or something like that.
Mm, yeah.
A bit more like our age, but like bigger type influencer or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, be like an
That's a good
interesting
one.
dinner.
It would be. I wonder. Elon
Yeah,
Musk would be so good. Elon
yeah,
Musk would be good.
would be hard to like. Wouldn't know what to say, but hey,
Yeah.
it's. Mm. What about yourself?
Um, mine are pretty much all actors,
Yeah.
I think. So it'd be. Oh, there's so many though. Um, Jonah Hill.
Oh, that would be funny. Yes.
Yeah, just because he's sick. Um, Seth Rogen,
Yeah.
and probably fuck. It's a go between Bill Hader and Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah.
But Bill Hader's probably the one I'd go for.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Be weird
Yeah.
just being in like a room with them. Hey,
Oh,
being able to like, yeah, just
just
ask
pick their
them.
brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That'd be cool. Oh man, that's all we got time for, eh? Wrap it up
Hey.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's did
cool.
you time it?
Yeah, we started just about 4 or something.
Oh yeah, sweet. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching and listening
It's been another
to another
episode.
episode of
What's fappening, huh?
Be sure to
Yeah.
like, subscribe, follow us on all the socials. Check out our Patreon. There's a couple of links in the bio of the Instagram page. And see you next time. Bye.